When you go to the war front and you see the raping of girls, of moms, and you see the slaughtering that is taking place, you begin to ask yourself that my hand bleeds for what I'm watching. Why have you been so silent over what is happening in our homeland? Why has the British government somehow compelled the BBC not to do their homework? Do you expect that we will leave our own kids at home? We will leave other important things to do to come out here every now and then, to speak to you, to prick your consciences, to make you begin to think as fellow human beings? Do you expect that from us? BBC, you cannot say you don't know the story of the Southern Cameroon, because you know my story. You know the story of our captivity, of more than 2 years in solitary confinement, of being fed with human feces and urine, of being sexually molested. You know the story of our people, but you begin to pretend as if man has not yet beaten a dog. Only a dog has barked and beaten man. So we have come here to give you a simple message. Today, we might look like madmen, that we might be mad over the cause of freedom. Today, we might be considered as the people who don't have anything to offer, because we come from a very small territory with just 8 million people. Today, you might not understand who we are, because at this moment we haven't turned down ourselves as the Hutus and the Tutsis did. Today, we have come to your premises because there is something that is so sickening about the BBC. There is something that is so sickening about major news media in the world. There is something that is so hurtful, not just about the BBC, about groups and corporations like the BBC, that you have failed to do your job. You have failed to do your job. This is the same type of failure you did when Ian Smith and the others held the people of Zimbabwe. This is the same thing that happened in apartheid South Africa. Today we have come from the former British Southern Cameroon to talk to you. We have come to prick your consciences, to let you know that we feel the same pain that the British people feel. That every time terrorists hit your streets and kill your own people, we bleed and feel like you. But when it happens to us, you take the other side and behave as if nothing is going on. This is totally unacceptable. This is totally unacceptable, the BBC. We are expecting more from you. We are not asking the BBC to free us. You can't do that. For our freedom is in our own hands. We are asking you to put yourself in our shoes as journalists, as fellow human beings, as men and women. When you do your work, when you go to the field, report exactly what you see. Not what your government or your editors or news editors want you to say. Report exactly what you see. Because if you don't do it now, I can assure you, in a few months' time, you will send your men and women and your cameramen down to that territory. You will send them down there when we will begin to take back our land, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. Because we are tired of doing this job of demonstrating. We are tired of just talking. We have reached the position of saying that the time has come that we will not come to the BBC any longer. We will make sure the BBC will come looking for us. You will understand our plight and you will come to us. This is a major concern. This is a major concern. That if you find men and women come in front of the BBC office, it means something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong with the BBC. Do not treat us to be madmen and women. Go back and look at your policies and ask yourself, where have we gone wrong? What have we not been doing, which we are supposed to do for a people who are crying to be heard? What have we not done? I am saying this now, and we have come out to say this to the BBC. You might not have another opportunity. You might not have another opportunity, BBC. You might not have another opportunity. I have said this more than 3 times. as friends of freedom, if you don't make yourself as a news media that is out, not just to do its job by reporting, by analyzing, that a news media that understands the plight of fellow human beings and do their job and do it so well, then I can assure you that you will make yourself an enemy to our people and an enemy to our cause. And there is always a price to pay for that. The news media that don't stand for freedom and justice, we stand for tyranny and annexation. It means they have chosen a side. The BBC have to decide where they belong. Do they want to belong to a world where there is true justice and peace, or they want a world where there is always temporal negative peace, as it has been existing for the past 55 and 56 years in our homeland? I do not want to take up their time, but this is my last message. You want us to demonstrate? We have done that. You want us to carry placards? We have done that. You want us to look like men and women for freedom? We have done that. You want us to shout from the top of our voices? We have done that. But BBC, there is one thing we have not yet done. There is one thing we have not yet done. And we know that is what we expect from us. Our ability to begin taking back our homeland, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. Our ability to begin using our hands to free ourselves. I can assure you that that is not far-fetched. It is just around the corner. BBC, the clouds of a dangerous entanglement between freedom and tyranny is drawing very close over the heads of the people of the former British Southern Cameroon. That cloud is now like a powder store that needs a strike of match to get ignited. And I can assure you that that match has been bought. The ignition is almost ready. And BBC, if you don't report now, you will report in the future. But you will do that reporting when bullets will be flying over your heads. You will not do it in a peaceful atmosphere. I can assure you this. This is what I told 2 police officers yesterday. 2 days ago, 2 members of the British Secret Police, when they encountered me at the airport. And I want to say it here in front of the BBC. We do not want war. We are a peaceful people. But that does not mean we are afraid to fight and die and bleed for our homeland. We do not want war. And you can help us to avert war. Or you can help us to accelerate war. Because if we do not fight, we will perish. We are not prepared to commit suicide. We are prepared to liberate our homeland. We do not want to be a conquered people. We just want freedom. If you do not help us by doing our job, by exposing our pride, I can assure you that you will come to our homeland and you will put on armor gears to protect yourselves. Because when we will go out to liberate our homeland, we will do it as every other people have done around the world. We will use what is possible, what is available, every means we have to make sure that we too can be a free people. Freedom can never be given to a people, and we are aware of that. We know that it must be purchased, but if it has to be bought with our own blood, we are prepared for it. So we have come to inform you that do your job, because by doing your job, you might avert that situation over our homeland. You might expose our plight so much so that the rest of a docile world might come out of their coma and begin to understand that something serious is happening over there. But if you don't do your job, we will have no other alternative than to do what others have done to liberate themselves. The people of East Timor, the Timorians, the people of South Sudan, through the SPLA. What happened in these countries and other countries around the world is not what we want for our homeland, but it's what mankind has done for us. Because they have become a very docile community with little or nothing to offer. So BBC, known to you. You can decide what you want to do with it. You can score, okay, you can throw it the other way. But we are here so that it is registered in the annals of history that we came here and spoke to you and appealed to your consciences to understand that we are a people who need your voices. We need your involvement. We need your participation. That you do not just act as journalists. You should act as fellow human beings and understand the plight of our homeland and of our people. So it's time you buckle up, you get ready and do your job. For today, modern journalists are not just supposed to report the news, but they have to put themselves in the position of the victimized by understanding their plight in course of reporting it. BBC, if you don't do that, the game will be over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Home again. When shall I see my home? When shall I see my native land? I will never forget my home. When shall I see my home? When shall I see my native land? I will never forget my home again. When shall I see my home? When shall I see my native land? I will never forget my home. Okay, my dear brothers and sisters, we'll just listen from our brother, Dr. Ebenezer. So, BBC and everybody watching us here, we are just trying to tell you that life of Southern Cameroonians matter. The life of the people of Southern Cameroon matters. Since November 8th, counting, we've lost more than 50 young people. And we have millions of young men and men in jail in despicable conditions. The people of Southern Cameroon have sent us today as the ambassadors to bring these messages. These placards we are holding here is, we want freedom for our people. We want freedom for Justice Paul Ayer. We want freedom for Dr. Fontaine. We want freedom for Barrister Bala, and we want freedom for Manjo BBC, not forgetting all our other brothers who are in jail. So my brothers and sisters and sympathizers of the people of Southern Cameroon, we have a simple plea to BBC. Please, the lives of the people of Southern Cameroon matter. How would you feel if your own daughter is raped in front of you in your own house by military jumpers? How would you feel? Yes, this is what is happening in Southern Cameroon. This is what is happening to our daughters. This is what is happening to our brothers and sisters. And the world is keeping quiet. Yeah, of course the world can't know if BBC keeps quiet. We are all taxpayers and we are just asking you to do a favor. It's our right, please. Report fairly. And stop being biased. Mr. Evo, where are you? Please come and make some noise here. Evo, is he around? Okay. Okay, no idea. Hello? 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 Hello, Ambazonians. We all know why we are here. And for the sake of our brothers and sisters that have been killed, we're going to sing a song for them. And please, let's really sing that song for our fallen heroes. How many people from Yakokilo? How many people
go kill?
How many students phobia go kill?
Oh, they go kill retire. Oh, they go kill retire. Oh, they go kill retire. How many people phobia go kill? How many people phobia go kill?
How many people phobia go kill?
How many people phobia go kill?
How many people phobia go kill?
Oh, kill retire. Oh, they go kill retire. Oh, they go kill retire. How many people phobia go kill? How many people phobia go finish? How many people phobia go finish? How many people phobia go kill?
How many people phobia go kill?
Oh, they go kill retire. Oh, they go kill retire. Oh, they go kill retire. How many people phobia go kill? Thank you, brothers and sisters. This is just in memory of our brothers and sisters that passed away, that died in the past 6 months. And we don't forget those that are in jail. Our leaders were yesterday in the kangaroo court in Yaoundé, and we want to send this message to them that we are with them, we are together. We keep praying for them, and they should rest assured that in the nearest future, the next few days, they will back to Southern Cameroon. God willing.
Okay. Hip hip yap yap, hip hip yap yap, 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 hip yap yap. I remember school when I was a soldier. I remember when I was a soldier. I remember when I was a soldier. I remember when I was a soldier. Hippie yap yap, 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 hippie yap yap. I remember when I was a soldier. 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 When I was a soldier. Okay, dear brothers and sisters, we're going to get a word from Mr. Mgachi. Mr. Mgachi.
Hello, Southern Cameroonians. Hello, Southern Cameroonians.
Hello!
Hello, Southern Cameroonians.
Hello!
We've come here this morning, or this afternoon, with bleeding hearts and minds. We all know what is happening to our people back home, and we've waited for 6 months for the international media to take this up, and especially BBC, where we've been part of the community, and we've been paying taxes, and the BBC is being funded by the government